¿Cómo estás, amigos? Welcome back to the podcast. I thought we'd try a little something fun, something new, something borrowed, something blue. What are we, getting married? What's going on there? All right, let's do some Proverbs today. Let's knock out a few of these things. They're kind of fun. I enjoy being able to have some of these in my arsenal, and I've got a few friends that have reached out to me and told me how much they really enjoy them. Therefore, I want to do what you guys like. I want to give you what you want, so I thought I'd give you a double shot of these here Proverbs. We're going to start off with richer and poorer. Money. If the best things in life are free, why do so many people think that money makes the world go round and that money is power? Maybe it's because he who pays the piper calls the tune, and money makes dogs dance. Or maybe it's as simple as money talks, because money doesn't grow on trees, and there's no such thing as a free lunch. Save it carefully, as many a mickle makes a muckle, and a penny saved is a penny earned. For money has a way of taking wings. Sometimes, though, it's important to spend in for a penny, in for a pound. They say, but please, try to get the money honestly if you can. Richer. Watch out, for when money's not a servant, it's a master. And any gardener will tell you that good soil is worth more than gold. You may be happier if you stay where there are songs and go where poor people entertain with the heart. Because it's always the idiots who have money, despite the fact that a fool and his money are soon parted. Remember, half of something is better than all of nothing. But money isn't everything. So although every bird loves its nest, it's funny how money can buy you a house, but not a home. And never forget, when you die, you can't take it with you. For you make a living from what you get. You make a life from what you give. And even the poorest man has the sun and the stars. Moderation. Money won't solve all your problems, but having enough is better than having too much. For the bigger your roof, the more snow it collects. And many donkeys mean a lot of hay. Admittedly, there's one law for the rich, another for the poor. But more slaves makes more thieves, so better a small deal than a long quarrel. And better your own copper than another man's gold. That's because money is the root of all evil. And when money speaks, the truth stays silent. Remember, all that glitters is not gold, and pearls are worth nothing in the desert. You know, a bird wouldn't sing if it knew how poor it is, so always count your blessings. Poorer. Life for the poor can be tough, for the sated do not see the hungry, and every rock strikes the feet of the poor. Indeed, beggars can't be choosers, for a man with no money can do nothing in a market. Lovers should bear in mind that love does much, but money does more. And when money goes out the door, love flies out the window. It's the same in Alaska, where unless you're the head husky, the view stays much the same. Because a man with no bread has no authority, which is why small fish never sleep. Honor and shame. Honor. Honor once lost never returns, for honor cannot be bought, which is why a good name is the best treasure of all. It's better to be poor with honor than rich with shame, and it's also better to deserve honor and have none than have honor and not deserve it. The measure of honor is in the person giving it. So there's no honor for an eagle in vanquishing a dove. But there is honor among thieves, for the thief thinks all men are like himself. Do not lose honor through fear, for a hole is more honorable than a patch. And where there is no honor, there is no dishonor. Great honors can be great burdens, for honor and reward are in different sacks. So all in all honor is better than honors. Remember, a prophet is not without honor, save in his own country. So keep your boasts until after the battle, for honor often only blossoms in the grave. Respect. In matters of integrity, honesty is the best policy. For when a monkey can't reach a ripe banana, he says it isn't sweet. Since we are all guardians of our own honor. If you've only a day to live, spend half of it in the saddle. For it is better to die on your feet than live on your knees. And pay attention. He that respects not is not respected. So respect others if you want to be respected, because respect is mutual. Remember, there is no shame in learning, and if you understand danger, you'll not feel it, which is lucky, as the more the danger, the greater the honor. For no strength within, no respect without. Of course, none but the brave deserve the fair. So remember, every slip is not a fall, and it is better to retire in honor than advance in disgrace. Shame. Shame is a complex. A clean conscience makes a good pillow, but guilt is good for you. For if you fear shame, you fear sin. Thus, someone who fears no shame comes to no honor. And a person with no shame has no conscience. As no sin is hidden to the soul, so light a candle rather than curse the darkness, and be warned that a long silence makes a big noise. Take note, dirty feet stain the carpet, and shame lasts longer than poverty. So if you lie down with dogs, you'll get up with fleas. Just as one scabby sheep infects 1,000, just remember, your mouth won't stink if you don't eat garlic. Take note, a thief's a king until he's caught, because necessity knows no law, and sometimes it's just either throne or coffin. Indeed, shame can kill. Many lay their shame on the backs of others, for a man with an ill name is half hanged.
Shame on you! What a shame!
Love and lament. Love. Take heed, one cannot love and be wise, for love is blind, and love can make you blind and deaf. As love enters man through his eyes, and women through her ears. Indeed, the first love letters are written with the eyes, after which a letter from the heart can be read on the face. No wind is too cold for lovers, and when one is in love, a cliff becomes a meadow, for love makes the impossible possible, and love understands all languages. Remember, the heart sees further than the head, which is why a life with love is happy. A life for love is foolish, and it's best to have one thread for the needle, one love for the heart. Interestingly, love can't grow garlic, but garlic can grow love. So put food before romance, for the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And love has to be shown by deeds, not words. Like the sun, give more love than you receive. For love begets love, and a loving heart has no equal. Indeed, goodness of heart is more important than appearance. In love, beggar and king are equal, for all is fair in love and war. And the heart that loves is always young. Sometimes stolen sugar is the sweetest, although for many A mother's love is best of all. There's someone for everyone, even a mended lid for a cracked pot. And since love makes the world go round, of course love will find a way. Lament. A broken hand can work, but a broken heart can't. As all too often, those who love us make us cry. And although you can suffer without love, you can't love without suffering. Love is a despot who spares no one, but it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. In most cases, love hurts but doesn't kill. So, because the heart knows its own pain, pain is obligatory, suffering optional. Be careful. Yield to your body's desires and endure the disasters that follow. For he who marries for love dies miserably of anger. So watch out. For a little love you pay all your life. Don't be jealous. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. And there is no love without jealousy, although jealousy destroys love. So all too often a loving heart can change to hatred, and there's no medicine to cure hatred. Hate burns its preserver, so the sooner you learn to love your enemy and realize that anger is a luxury you can't afford, the quicker you can move on. Often a lover's quarrel is love's renewal, but many kiss the hand they would love to cut off. So if you have no big knife, kiss your enemy. At the very least, love and let the world know, and hate in silence.
I love you. I love you.
Married or single, marry. Marry first, and love will follow. But before you marry, make sure of a house wherein to tarry. For you should only get married when you can build an igloo, together if possible, for teamwork holds you together, as four eyes see better than two. Often, girls marry to please parents, widows to please themselves. But even so, marriages are not as they are made, but how they turn out. Thus, if your partner minds the children, you'll catch more whales, and you should butcher the animals as your wife directs, as she knows your needs. Remember, love is a flower which turns into fruit at marriage, and much of love comes after marriage. For although a happy man marries the girl he loves, a happier man loves the girl he marries. This is because once the home is set up, love is shown by deeds, not words. So even if you only get married when you can sew well, you'll find that if you love the vase, you'll love what's inside, and that children are the reward of life. Dally. Love spares no one, and there is magic in love. Thus one wedding often brings another. You should follow your heart, for there is no love like the first love, and an early marriage brings young love, especially since marriages are made in heaven. But be aware, the course of true love never did run smooth, so don't marry in haste, and be sorry at your leisure, and never choose a spouse by candlelight, for it's much easier to fall in love than to stay in love. Remember, pretty paths can be crooked, and if you marry beauty, you marry trouble, which is why a marriage in May is rude forever. And know that a kiss must last long enough to be enjoyed, and the frequent kisses end in a baby. Single. Actually, don't get married. A good marriage lasts 3 days, bad ones until death. In fact, marriage is the tomb of love, and where there is marriage without love, there will be love without marriage. Think it over. Marriage is both heaven and hell. For marriages and ships always need mending, as all too often in marriage, cheat who can. Remember, if you marry a monkey for money, the money goes and the monkey stays. So never marry for money. as you'll borrow it cheaper. And don't marry a woman with bigger feet than yours. Marry late or never. Despite the fact that a late marriage makes orphans, but watch out. If you always say no, you'll see how the choosy person ends up with the ordinary. Marriage is a lottery, and a woman's heart is like the autumn sky. So do you really want to marry and grow tame? Or be told that a woman's work is never done? Or that a woman's place is in the home? Take heed. Who marries does well, and who marries not does better. Work and play. Work. Hard work never killed anyone. Although if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Be prepared to put the hours in, for work has bitter roots, but sweet fruits. And it is working that makes the workman. Mind you do it well, measure 7 times and cut once. For a worker is known by his work, and fine work is its own flattery. So the work praises the workman, and if the laborer is worthy of his hire, pick your trade, aim before you shoot, acquire skill and make it deep. And bear in mind that he who likes his work, to him work comes easy. Remember, if you look at the clouds, your work will fail. Just as weighty work is done with few words, so go sure and steady. Haste makes waste, and a stitch in time saves 9. Rome wasn't built in a day. Some trade tricks. If you're an anvil, be patient. If you're a hammer, be strong. Leap where the hedge is lowest, and make a new bucket while you still have the old one. Never forget, the hardest work is to do nothing. So everybody must make his own arrows, unless you're a teacher, as he who can does. He who can't teaches. Timing is key. Don't put off today's work until tomorrow. But note, a windy day is not a thatching day. And launch the canoe when the breakers are calm. Above all, be prepared. A bird caller must always be alert, just as a cat in gloves catches no mice. And remember, work loves fools, so a volunteer is worth 2 pressed men. Idleness. Idleness is the root of all evil, and laziness is the mother of all vices. For the devil makes work for idle hands. In addition, the lazy pig does not eat ripe pears, just as someone with no work in summer has no winter boots, and he who looks for light work goes very tired to bed. Excuses are the offspring of laziness. Thus a bad dancer blames the floor, just as a poor writer blames his pen, and a bad workman blames his tools. However, a bad excuse is better than none. And if ifs and ands were pots and pans, there'd be no work for tinker's hands. Just remember, you can't get something for nothing. And if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. Or you might even get a jack of all trades and a master of none. Play. When the cat is away, the mice will play. Since all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So don't burn the candle at both ends, as it's the pace that kills. And hear this, an hour of play is worth more than a year of talking. So it's better to play for nothing than to work for nothing. Although if you work like an ant, you'll eat sugar. It's nearly always best if you don't roll up your trousers before you reach the stream. And bear in mind, the barbers don't shave their own beards. In any case, there's a time and place for everything, so don't forget to breathe. All right, my friends, that's going to do it for this little edition of Proverbs. Jen, if you're listening, thank you. To all my friends and family and people taking time to check this out, I love you. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. And I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, forgive and forget. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. When the cat is away, the mice will play. Once bitten, twice shy. All is fair in love and war. For peace, there must first be war. Hunger is definitely the best cook. It's often that a man's mouth broke his nose. You're either part of the solution or you're part of the problem. You could cut a better man out of a hedge. That is funny. All right, my friends. Until next time, I will talk to you soon. Aloha.